Hello and welcome to the news at noon on Human Rights Radio 101.1 FM Abuja. My name is Oikeke Igado Kure. The headlines this hour. U.S. leader to host President Muhammadu Buhari on April 30. National Assembly leaders call for concerted efforts to rescue remaining Chibok girls and Leah Sharibu. On the foreign scene, Israel frees detained African migrants. And in sports, Gold Coast 2018 Team Nigeria finishes 9th position. Details in a moment. Please do stay with us. And now the news in full. President Muhammadu Buhari will meet U.S. President Donald Trump in Washington on April 30 to discuss issues including fighting terrorism and economy. The White House announced Sunday that President Trump looks forward to discussing ways to enhance strategic partnership and advance shared priorities. The meeting will, among other things, look at ways of promoting economic growth and reforms, fighting terrorism and other threats to peace and security. The White House said the meeting is important because of Nigeria's role as a democratic leader in the region. President of the Senate, Bukola Saraki, has called for concerted efforts by government, security agencies, religious and community leaders to rescue the remaining 112 Chibok girls and Dapchi schoolgirl Leah Sharibu from Boko Haram's captivity. Saraki, in a statement in Abuja, said though 4 years had elapsed since the Chibok girls kidnapped, it must not dampen efforts being made to see the girls rescued. He noted with sadness the plight of the Chibok parents whose girls were not back and the anxiety they have endured all this while. He called on the parents to remain steadfast, saying government would never relent in efforts to see their daughters back home safely. Speaker of the House of Representatives, Yakubu Dogara, has expressed sadness that all the abducted schoolgirls have not been accounted for. While commemorating the 4th year anniversary of the Chibok kidnap at the weekend, the Speaker urged the executive to intensify efforts towards providing adequate security to schools in the country. He also called on the executive to intensify efforts for the release of Leah Sharibu, the Dapchi girl who was not released along with other abductees, reportedly for refusing to renounce her faith. Mewana Jones, who spoke with our correspondent, also urged the federal government to put in more efforts for the release of the remaining Chibok schoolgirls that are yet to be freed.
I'm really calling on the government of Nigeria to hasten up in operations so as to be able to bring back this Leah and other Nigerians who are in the hands of Boko Haram. They have done well, but we want them to put more efforts. We cannot afford to lose those other ones, and we believe the government is working and they will do that.
I wonder what the government is waiting for to strategize their efforts on the release of the Dapchi girl, Leah, and other Chibok girls that are still in the hands of Boko Haram. I urge government to please strategize efforts to see how these other girls should be released and have liberation as Nigerians.
They're supposed to put their effort to see that they bring the Chibok girls remain and the Dapchi girls. Many people are politicizing the issues. The federal government should try their best to see that the security of the citizen is the first, not doing it for the future 2019 presidential ambition. Because the government is for the people and by the people and to the people.
The issue of Dapchi is a politics because the only force and power you have in Nigeria is military. And according to the news, we heard that military saw them when they were dropping the remaining 100 and something, and they did not act. The army saw them, they run before you even talk of the release of the girls, because we believe that Boko Haram, they say they are fighting for the government, and those little girls, they are not federal government. So they should please release them.
Nigeria marked the 4th anniversary of the mass abduction of the Chibok schoolgirls that captured world attention in 2014 At the weekend, the girls were kidnapped while preparing to sit for the West African Senior School Certificate Examinations (WAEC). Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) has expressed deep concerns over the volume of unclaimed permanent voter cards (PVCs) in its custody. Speaking in Abuja ahead of the forthcoming general election in 2019, INEC's National Commissioner for Voters Education and Publicity, Solomon Shoibi, says the Commission is yet to take a decision on what to do with the uncollected PVCs. He identified voters' migration from state to state as largely responsible. Shoibi denies insinuations that prospective voters in the northern part of the country are allowed to collect the PVCs by proxy, unlike their counterparts in other parts of the country. And still on electoral matters, Nigerians have been cautioned on the negative usage of social media to disrupt the 2019 general elections. Those who spoke with us said social media should not be used to promote any form of hate speech and falsehood as political activities heightens up ahead of the election year.
In this forthcoming election, Nigerians, those that are in the use of social media, in posting things that are not ought to be, especially in politics, it wouldn't take us to anywhere. It is not encouraged. If we actually want a free and fair election, people should stop posting things that are not necessary, not called for.
They should use their PVC to vote the right person, and the social media, it should be used well, not just to say words such as hate speech that will cause chaos or any uprising. As this 2019 is coming, let us come out in mass and vote the right person.
Social media we are seeing these days, in developing countries, there is control. But in Nigeria, I don't think they are working towards that. Time of election, we are supposed to have some control because that hate speech cannot even unite the people of Nigeria.
If you are a Nigerian and you are after the peace of Nigeria, you should stop posting unnecessary things on social media against most of these politicians. You don't post by speaking your mind. The best thing is for us to come out in a mass, go and get your voter's card, speak your mind by voting who you want. We want a free and fair election, and that will make a better Nigeria. As we do that, God will bless us.
Rise in the number of Nigerians killed abroad, especially in London since this year, has raised serious concerns back home in Nigeria. The people advised that those wanting to relocate should go to countries that are receptive to nationals of other countries.
Nigerians are being attacked all over the world. It's becoming a recurring decima to Nigerians that travel abroad. Every nation is governed by rules and regulation. As much as you can, once you are in any nation, you abide by their rules and regulation. There's a popular saying that when you are in Rome, you act like a Roman. You can't go to a foreign place and begin to do things against the law. I also want the government to look into it, because it's not in all cases that Nigerians are guilty, because we will not be showing much attention to taking care of our citizens. That's why they go to such places and they are being brutalized unnecessarily. It's uncalled for.
The youths that struggle to send themselves out of the country, when they get to any part of the country, they should be mindful of what they go there to do. They should know where they are coming from. Some of them that travel to that place is just an opportunity for them, but getting there, they don't look at where they are coming from. Join all these people, doing all manner of things. But my advice to them is this: when they get to any part of the country, it's not their father's land. No matter how Nigeria are today, your land is your land. They should be mindful of what they go there to do.
We want to advise the parents who send these children out of the country to monitor the kind of life they live out there. When you're sending out your child out there, there should be somebody monitoring the kind of life the person is living, and at the same time, if you have given them a good training, they will go out there to portray that which they have learned from you. Let's give them a foundation before sending them out. I want to urge all the youths outside there to be careful of the life they are living. Parents, as they're sending out these children, they should know the countries that are not segregating, those that will not begin to check racism, so that when they go there, they will have comfort.
If you want to send your children abroad for study, study the country and know if they are people friendly. It's not all countries that are people friendly, and some of them are also religious based. Ensure that it is a country that suits the religion you believe and that is people friendly. Let's ensure we put our home in order. Should our country be in a good place, there won't be any reason to fly your child abroad to go and study or to go for anything.
Into our community reports now, the people of Mashafa village in Pape Abuja FCT have called on the Federal Capital Territory Administration to extend infrastructural development to the community in order to have a sense of good life. They made the call when our correspondents visited that community.
Our major problem here is road. We don't have good road. Accidents every time. Some people don't used to bring their car down here because of the condition of the road. And at times when you climb bike, you have to drop at one of our junction here before you climb back because of the condition of the road. Then light. We are sharing light here. The transformer is not enough for us. And sometimes Buhari Area Council, they used to come here for revenue. We used to pay revenue, but they are not using it for us. There is no any government hospital around us here. You know, if anything can happen, it will happen before you reach, especially pregnancy women.
In this our Mashafa village, Pape, we don't have good roads. Light is another issue, and at the end of the month, the type of bill that they will bring is another case. And they have promised us that they will bring meters to share to everybody, and there is nothing like water facilities in this our village. So that's what I'm begging government. They didn't bring change to us in terms of light, roads, water.
Government, please, the road here in Mashafa is very bad and the condition here is very critical. The water, the light is very bad. One thing about this road is that anybody that is pregnant now will not be able to go out of this Mashafa because the road is very bad. Even if you're not pregnant, safe, you might even have dislocation because of the stone. Please, we need the government to come and help us.
This our road everywhere don't spoil finish, and the lights, you know, they see light and the water. The government can help us do that road, even though they no crota, make them just grade them with the caterpillar so that it goes smooth at all. Like rainy season they come now, many of us now carry mine for hand now.
Our road is bad. Aid is not trying for us.
We don't have security here. We organize local security. We need water because it's the necessity thing.
There's no lights and there's no water. We always buy water. So we need water, we need lights and the bad roads. So if government can assist us on the road and also most especially the lights, there's no lights.
And from Mashafa village, we now take a short break. We'll be right back. Please do stay with us. Welcome back. And on the foreign scene, reports say Israel has freed 207 African migrants from prison after it missed a deadline to deport them. AFP news agency reports said the government is still negotiating with a third country believed to be Uganda to take in the migrants who come in from Eritrea and Sudan. Israel's Supreme Court had given Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's government until Sunday to finalize a deal it was working on to deport some of the migrants. A spokesman for the Immigration Authority said all detainees had been freed following an operation lasting several hours. Netanyahu backed away from the deal with the United Nations Refugee Agency to resolve the fate of 37,000 migrants in the country. And under that deal, some thousands of African migrants who entered the country illegally would have resettled in Western nations of Germany, Italy, and Canada. And in sports, Team Nigeria on Sunday finished the 2018 Commonwealth Games with 27 medals to place 9th on the final medal standing. Nigeria finished the games with 9 gold, 9 silver, and 6 bronze medals. This is a step down for Team Nigeria, who finished 8th at the Glasgow 2014 Commonwealth Games with 36 medals. Host Australia finished top of the medals log with 80 gold, 59 silver, and 59 bronze medals. England came second with 45 gold, 45 silver, and 46 bronze. India placed third with 26 gold, 20 silver, and 20 bronze medals. Canada, with 15 gold, 40 silver, and 27 bronze, finished fourth. South Africa was the highest placed African country as they finished in the 6th position with 13 gold, 11 silver and 13 bronze. The para-athletes accounted for 5 of the top podium placements, while wrestling had 3 and athletes 1 in Nigeria. That's the news this hour, but I would like to remind you that the U.S. leader is to host President Muhammadu Buhari on April 30 this year. National Assembly leaders called for concerted efforts to rescue remaining Chibok girls and Leal Sharibo. On the foreign scene, Israel frees detained African migrants. And in sports, Gold Coast 2018, Team Nigeria finishes 9th position. Thank you for listening. My name is Oikike Igado Kure.
When I first saw you, I saw love. And the first time you touched me, I felt love. And after all this time, you're still the one I love.